10 teams in the Big East commenced at Madison Square Garden on Wednesday for Big East Basketball Media Day. It's that time of year once again, and Seton Hall shine. That's for sure. It was Kevin Willard, Isaiah Whitehead, the Rookie of the Year in the Big East. On the women's side, the Pirates certainly shown some great spurts. Dee Dee Simmons and Tabitha Richardson-Smith claiming the preseason honors. Sterling Gibbs as well on the men's side getting honorable mention. The Pirates are on the rise in basketball, but what about fall sports? They have intensified. Only a few matches remain for soccer. And in volleyball, well, what a season it's been. And it's right here, right now, on Hall Talk. We've got it all.
This team needs to show me something for me to believe that they're going to make a run in the tournament.
I think they can have a chance of going over 35 wins without a problem.
Just stepping up from the 4 points to the 17. She's just dropping threes like there's no tomorrow.
But chemistry is an underrated key in college basketball.
That was by far the best game I've seen them play.
This is Hall Talk, and that's how the chalk talks.
Welcome inside to our Hall Talk studios here. John Fanta here with you tonight. Got the pleasure to be joined by two Pirate experts, and that is David Heim and Chris Pierre-Louis there with us here. Hall Talk on your TV. And gentlemen, such an exciting night, such an exciting time in Seton Hall Athletics. Dave, how are you?
Good. How are you, John?
Chris, I know you're always doing well this time of year.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Fall sports, in the heat of things, a lot going on this weekend in Seton Hall Athletics, and that is why we go to Chris Pierre-Louis with our weekly rundown.
Thank you, John. What's up, Pirate Nation? I'm Chris Pierre-Louis, and as John said, I'm here with your short Seton Hall weekly rundown. Starting with volleyball, the women's volleyball team will begin the second half of its Big East schedule this weekend against Xavier and Butler at Walsh Gym. The Pirates will host Xavier on Friday at 7 p.m. and Butler on Saturday also at 7 p.m. The ladies are coming off an impressive win at Stony Brook on Tuesday where they cruised to a 3-0 victory, and they look to continue their strong season this weekend. Now on the pitch, the men's soccer team will look to carry their momentum from their huge upset over nationally ranked Georgetown. The Pirates have another tough test, though, this Saturday at 1 p.m. as the Providence Friars come into South Orange. As for the women's soccer team, they'll face off against rival St. John's at 4 p.m. at O&T Carroll Field. That's all for your weekly Seton Hall weekly rundown. I'm Chris Pierre-Louis.
Well, we thank you, Chris, here, and we are going to open up the discussion. A lot of excitement at Madison Square Garden, and it wasn't just the plain old, well, we're ready to go for the season. Men's and women's basketball for Seton Hall finally look like they are on the right track to really not only make a move up, but they could potentially be two teams who have the rosters and the outlooks in the future now to get near the front of the conference. Let's look at men's basketball, pick 6. Kevin Willard impressed at Media Day. There's always those coaches who win the day, and David, a lot of media was talking about he seems lighter. Isaiah Whitehead was beyond his years, and this men's basketball team, it's just talk, but things are exciting.
Well, what I took away from Seton Hall from the Big East Media Day, they're not going through the motions anymore. They're not just another team showing up to Media Day. They're not just another team in this conference. There's a lot of hype around this team now, and it all started yesterday, like we said, Bright Lights Big City at MSG. The focus is on Seton Hall. What are they going to do with this huge recruiting class? How are they going to react to all the hype? How are they going to react to everyone weighing in on them? You know, you got this big recruiting class, you have to deliver, but yesterday it started. The microscope is finally on Seton Hall.
Isaiah Whitehead, only the 4th Pirate to be named Big East Rookie of the Year in the program's history. Chris, he's beyond his years. This backcourt, while they are still young, I mean, Sterling Gibbs and Jaron Sean, it's only their 2nd year in the program. They already have to step up as veterans. This backcourt is loaded, though. The front court is something that worries me. What do the Pirates have to do down there to address those needs?
Well, you have to be as physical as possible. You have players like Rasheed Anthony, like Brandon Mobley, and the freshman, Angel Delgado, who have to step up and play big roles in this season. Yes, it's a very young team this year. They have a lot of capabilities in that backcourt. They'll be able to put up points, but they need to crash the boards. They need to be able to be physical down there to have a chance to win night in, night out.
Dave, they're going to be a backcourt-oriented team, and they're going to have to run the floor a little bit, which is against what Kevin Willard, he's a defensively minded coach, a scrappy coach. If there's something that you're waiting to see with this team, what is it?
Well, I'm waiting to see how they're going to react in the front court. You said that there's not much size on this team. In the backcourt, what I'm looking forward to most is how Sterling Gibbs and Jaren Cena, because they're going to end up playing together at some points. How they're going to react together. Jaren Cena hit some big shots last year down the stretch for Seton Hall, especially in the tournament. Sterling Gibbs, in the beginning of the season, he came out of the gates on fire. What I'm looking forward to the most is how those two guys are going to work together, because they're the veterans of the group now. And they have all these recruits coming in that don't know the system yet. They're young. They're new to college basketball. I'm looking at those two guys to be the leaders for this offense and for this backcourt.
They need Brandon Mobley to step up in a big way. Now the senior, he's been ridden by injuries at times. They don't return one front court guy that was in double digits last year. They need somebody to step up in that role. That's the question for the Pirates going forward, but one thing's for sure, they're a running gun team. Women's basketball, Tony Bozzella last year lit it up. They exceeded expectations. Now they're picked fifth, so now they're a team that teams are going to be on the watch for. They weren't on the watch for Seton Hall last year. Khadidra Simmons, Tabitha Richardson-Smith, Daisha Simmons in the backcourt, Chris. Just how much deeper is this Seton Hall team?
And we talk about the men's backcourt, but the women's backcourt is loaded up as well.
Best in the conference.
Absolutely. When you bring in another player like Daisha Simmons, just they'll fit in perfectly, Dee along with Daisha. Then you have Tabitha Richardson-Smith, the most improved player last year on the wing, and there's just a plethora of options off the bench. You're going to have Jordan Mosley. You're going to have other contributors. People forget about Rashay Ali in the top 20 in the country in rebounding. This is a very scary team, and the rest of the Big East should take notice.
Dave, what is it about Tony Bozzella that just makes him have the ability here to take Seton Hall and completely transition this program into real legitimacy in the Big East?
It's amazing. What was his words when he first came here? Why not Seton Hall? Well, it's amazing. You know, the several times I've talked to Coach Bozzella, I just get that vibe every time that he's got the game plan for his girls. And when Ann Donovan was here, I just didn't see that game plan. I didn't see that mentality. And the turn of the leaf, the new coach last year, it was spectacular to see how just one guy could bring in that much emphasis and energy to that team, and seeing how that panned out. I'm really excited to see what year two has in store.
And John, Dave, you talked about the family atmosphere that is now with this program. They eat together, they go out together, they do everything together. That's a very underrated thing with this program, and that's just a testament to what Coach Bozzella has done.
Yeah, and not only the backcourt, but this team down low is going to be one that brings back experience as well. We talk about Rashay Ali and what she brings back. I mean, she was a near double-double machine. She was that when she was fully healthy for the Pirates last year. Janae Johnson's back, underrated returning who provides a lot of experience. And then Tiffany Jones. She's a JUCO transfer, lengthy, got a lot of size to her, can play in a unique position on the floor, and she can be a real nice four that can run the floor well. If the Pirates want to play big, who knows what they could do with Jones, a big-time talent. Let's change things over now, and let's take a look. Earlier today, it was Vince Paolella who went and over to the Fieldhouse to talk about women's golf. They have had a tremendous fall. 2 invitational victories for Seton Hall women's golf. Dominance under Sarah Dole. They've been fantastic. And Vinny went one-on-one with some of those Pirate players today.
Thank you, guys. We're going to get right into it. Girls, you had a great season this year. Coming off a Big East victory last season, Aaron, I'm going to start with you. What was it like, coming off a Big East victory and kind of trying to avoid the Big East hangover, per se?
Well, we had 2 really great freshmen coming on the team, and it was awesome. Our dynamic is just incredible. We have everyone pushing each other to work harder and play harder, and it's been a great season. We had a really great fall. We won 2 tournaments, and it's been pretty great. We just broke into the top 100, too, so I think we won in this year. We were thinking we were going to win, and we did.
Do you feel you're a better team this year than you were last season?
Definitely a lot stronger this year than we were last year, and I think that next spring it's going to be a pretty great competition for the Big East.
Now, one of those freshmen is with us, Cassie. How was it like, adjusting to being in a collegiate atmosphere playing golf?
It wasn't very difficult with the help of my awesome teammates. They really made the transition from high school to college very easy. And also Coach Stoll does a great job of helping us, really keeping us aware of what's going on at all times and, going through step by step and leading us to the direction we need to go for success.
You progressed throughout the season and ended up winning the St. John's Invitational. Just how did that whole process come about, and what do you think was the key into winning it for you?
I think the key was just keeping my head where it needs to be throughout the season. The beginning was a little slow start for where I wanted to be. But then I just kept practicing, kept sticking to what we do each practice, and then St. John's, I felt confident. I kept my head where it needed to be, and it led to victory, so it was good.
Now, Allie, one of the more consistent players, had 2 top 10 finishes. What was this, getting, having to be consistent? What was your key to your success this season?
I just think as a senior, it's nice to be able to draw on the experiences that I've had in the past with my team, and it's nice for myself and Erin to be able to transition into that leadership role on and off the course, and really just grab some energy from that and build some confidence from being the oldest ones on the team.
Now, is there anything you guys are looking forward to starting off the Spring Invitationals coming up?
Well, I mean, there's a lot to be excited about. We're playing in one of the biggest tournaments that we played thus far, besides regionals that we played at. So, I mean, going into that tournament, we have 6 of us going, and that's awesome for us. We're all going to go to someplace warm for the winter time, and we're able to practice, and we'll be ready to go.
Well, thank you girls so much for doing this interview. Guys, I'm going to send it back to you. Hopefully, women's golf, another Big East championship around the corner.
Well, we thank you, Vinny, for that interview, and I'll tell you what, Seton Hall Women's Golf, it is in its 5th year of existence, folks. 2 more team titles this fall. Just tremendous shape. The reigning Big East champs, they have their expectations set high once again, and Coach Stoll said there's no reason why we can't expect another Big East title. Lots of hype around that program, and they don't get as much attention as some of the bigger programs, but congrats to them, and great to have them on Hall Talk here. Let's transition to volleyball. And you know what? How about the story behind the Pirates? Picked 6th in the Big East. They have headlined the fall sports season. They are now 19-4. They host Xavier at 7 o'clock on Friday, and then they will take on Butler on Saturday night. Dave, what has been the key?
Well, the key for this team has just been overcoming expectations and just how they've played well together. It's been amazing. Good luck, basketball teams, following up this performance from one of our teams in their fall season. Absolutely. It's just amazing how this team has come together. Pick 6, like you said, and they're just destroying those expectations.
Chris, I know you've talked to Coach Yeager, and one thing that she always says is serve, receive, but the other thing is distribution. Yes, the Manthorpe sisters are the head of the pack, and Shelby has been named Big East Offensive Player of the Week multiple times. She made 2 straight weeks, but they're deep.
Absolutely, and when you look at just one player to watch for me on this team, Tessa Fournier, filling in last year, obviously big shoes to fill, and she's filled them well, leading the Big East in digs per set. You can't say enough about what she's done.
And they ended up going to Butler and Xavier earlier this Big East season, and they swept the weekend there at both those schools. They've played well on the road. That's something that they could play well at Walsh Gym, but you've got to be able to get road wins. That's why they're at the top of the pack at 8-1 in the conference. Dave, who's your player to watch this week?
My player to watch this week is Amanda Hansen. No one's really talking about her. Everyone's talking about the Manthorpe twins and what they're doing on the court. But Amanda Hansen, 13 kills against Stony Brook. She's kind of been the unsung hero for this team, not named Manthorpe, if I may. But she's had a phenomenal season. She's really come into her own these past couple weeks over this winning streak. I'm looking forward to see how she's going to perform in the final stretch as they get close to Big East tournament.
Hansen, along with Ashani Rubin, one of the best blockers in the conference. Those are 2 fantastic players up front. The Pirates are looking for a big weekend at home, 7 o'clock Friday and Saturday against Xavier and Butler, both the same start times. And let's go to the one and only segment of the show that is my favorite segment of the show when we look at our athlete of the week. That is Chris Pierre-Louis. Chris, don't let me down.
I won't let you down, John. Athlete of the week, Julian Spindler, as we said, big upset against Georgetown. His 5th shutout of the season, had a career high 8 saves. Can't say enough about his performance. Wouldn't have been able to beat the number 3 Georgetown Hornets without him, John.
And the Pirates will be taking on Providence, which has cracked their way into the top 25 poll. They take them on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Providence coming off a trip to Marquette, a draw. The Pirates have another opportunity, folks. They could play their way back in to the Big East tournament. Men's soccer, not just done yet. Not just done yet. That's why they play the games. Hey, that's why they play them here in South Orange. None better than this time to get excited, folks. We love all our Pirate fans here on Hall Talk. Chris, David, great job, gentlemen. Love to be with you tonight talking Pirate Athletics. For all of us here, our outstanding crew at Pirate TV, I'm John Fanta. Good night, everybody. See ya.
All right.